Okay, sorry about that, you guys. My phone died. I am so sorry. So we're going to start over. Okay, so that's good for those of you who missed the live. We're going to start over. This is the Royal Flesh Kit by Chevy Witch, and this kit in particular is geared towards a female. All right, so all these products will most of them, some of them are geared towards female energy. Okay, so we're going to tell you what you get in your kit. So you get 4 packs of C4, and you're not going to find this in anywhere, any store, because this is actually Chevy Witch brand. This is his ingredients, his recipe. The C4 is a dietary supplement. All right, so you take it daily, and Chevy is here with me, so I don't fuck anything up. Okay, so do you guys want to know what the products are for? Chevy, what is the C4 actually used for? I know it's a dietary supplement, but like, what is it good for?
It's mostly it's a cleanser. I mean, it's got a mixture of different roots, seeds, fruits, leaves. It's got quite a few different things in there. You know, different fatty acids, amino acids, protein, the whole nine. I mean, really, it's something that really addresses what the body needs, gets you cleansed, gets you reset. You know, helps with that whole resetting process that most people need to go through to start that spiritual journey that they're trying to do. So.
Okay, you get one of the Juju Ash money, it's Juju Money Ash necklaces. You get one of these in your kit. Now, this is also going to come with a Sankofa leaf, which you have to burn before you wear the necklace, because the leaf actually, it has a spell on it that activates your necklace after you burn it. Okay, so you get one of these in your kit. You get 2 of the C4 bitters. This is also made by Chevy Witch. Now, when you see C4, think of Chevy. That's his brand. These are his recipes. Okay, so this is the C4 bitter. She's getting 2 of these in her kit, and I'm not really sure what these are for, so that's why Chevy is here. What are these for?
Now, the bitter is like the oil change. I mean, you're really just basically tuning things up with the nervous system, the circulatory system, which is where everything's pretty much flowing through from an information and product standpoint for the body. I mean, so, you know, those are the areas of flow, and that's what that works on, is basically making sure that flow is smooth. You know, a lot of us dealing with spiritual attacks will be surprised when we're addressing these things using these kind of products. You know, basically what kind of relief we can get from a spiritual standpoint when we actually address the issues with the body. So that's what the bitter's for.
Okay, she's also getting C4, lime, and salt. She gets 2 of these in her kit. Okay, and I'm not really sure what this is for. I know Chevy puts lime and salt in like every single thing, but I'm not really sure why he does that. So you get 2 of these in your kit. Why do they get these, Chevy?
Now, with the lime and salt, the big thing about salt itself is that when, you know, a lot of people are having, I mean, you'd be surprised from a weight issue standpoint, if you're having issues with weight, lethargic, you know, situations, just really having an energy, a motivational issue, a lot of times it can be addressed with the right dosages of salt. We've been told that we don't need a lot of salt, but the problem is actually most people aren't getting enough potassium along with their salt. So we're showing folks how to take something like this, mix it with the foods that are really high in potassium, and actually, you know, like showing them, like, you know, just how much of a boost energetically and spiritually you can get just by, you know, putting those things together in the right combination. So C4, lime, and salt goes along with one of the dietary changes that people who are part of this program are taking on.
Okay, and now this product right here, this is that shit, child. This is Jesus Juice Potion. Now, this is a potion that Chevy makes. Now, if you are not a drinker, I do not recommend this product. Now, all these products are available for purchase individually. You can get all these products individually. This is a kit though, but this potion, this Jesus Juice, if you can muster alcohol, you can probably muster this. But this Jesus Juice is recommended to be taken with alcohol because it masks the taste. But if you take Jesus Juice by itself, it is very, very strong. It's very pungent. And I'm gonna let Chevy explain a little bit more about this, because this shit right here is, yeah. Go ahead. You explain that to them.
Yeah, Jesus Juice is a shortcut, guys. I mean, the thing, like she said, it's something for those who are, you know, if you're really into certain practices, you don't necessarily need Jesus Juice, because it's designed to help you develop a relationship with your familiar spirit. If you don't have that relationship developed, then this is a great product, you know, to actually go ahead and get that started. It does involve you consuming spirits. You know, that's why she was saying if you're not an alcohol drinker, it's probably not the product for you, because alcohol is a spirit-containing product. it's fermented for a reason, because it takes it by fermenting it. You know, when anything that's fermented, guys, is basically being taken from dead to the other side of dead. It's going all the way in. It's very acidic. So with Jesus juice, it helps you deal with those spirits and to develop a relationship from a familiar spirit standpoint with what you're working with personally. So you just kind of learn how that. I mean, it shows you by way of feeling and by actual being in the presence of that spirit, like how it's dealt with. You know, it's not something that you're, you know, it's no longer just talking about familiar spirits or what you should do. You're literally being thrown into the mix of what having a familiar spirit is like, you know, and how it can work for you. So, but you know, like she said, there's other ways of doing it. That's just the quick way.
And I'm going to give you an example. We had a client who ordered this, and she was going through some court issues, and I don't know if she drank the whole thing or if she.
You drunk a lot.
But she fucking, like, she beat that court case. She said that I forgot her comment, but you can see her comment actually on Chevy's page on IG. But she's actually doing very well in court right now. So what you do is you actually take portions of this and you drop it into your alcohol and you consume it.
Yeah, and tell you what, guys, even with this, like, think about this. Like, this is an alter ego work. This is doppelganger work. This is that you're working with an aspect, the shadow self. So when she went into that courtroom, she literally went in there and compelled the whole scene. I mean, and when you are a strong compeller, best believe it's not just you. It's what's a part of you. It's that spiritual aspect of yourself. You know, and that duality that you're pulling on. You know, like, so that's one of the things that really makes for a compelling person is, you know, involuntary or voluntary relationship with their familiar spirit. So this is just giving you a voluntary way of jumping into that and, you know, and grabbing control and basically, you know, taking control of your days, your months, your weeks. You know, so that's what it's about.
And I'm gonna give you guys a little secret. I know a lot of my subscribers are in love and they're trying to get people back. If you drop this,
that's a good cheat.
if you drop this into the wine, okay. So I'm gonna give you an example. Say you're on a date with your loved one and you guys are drinking wine. If you drop some of this into their wine, you're basically controlling their energy now. Okay, so it's a dangerous substance, okay? So if you don't know what you're doing, I recommend don't use this product. This is a very powerful potion.
And you form a relationship with the actual potion off the back. Like, one of the things you're doing when you first get it is a certain procedure things you're going to do to form a relationship with it so that you can basically, like she's saying, drop it into someone else's substance and kind of get, you know, basically compel them into, you know, what you're needing. That's about as, you know, like, I'm really careful about playing around with that energy. And the thing about it is that that's about as far as I've seen people. Most people who use this are in relationships. They're struggling with one another, and they want to be in love. Like, they're like, look, we want to make this work. We're just struggling. And you can use a substance like this to basically put a hex on one another. You know, like, so that's one way. That's the nice way.
And I'll tell you guys this. If you drop this into the drink of somebody that you love or want, you are going to be hexed. So it's not like something you can just get out of. Yeah, so it's gonna be careful what you do with this potion. Okay. So, and then also we have the witch dick. Now this right here, I could not wait to talk about this. Yeah. Ladies. Now, for those of you who shave your bikini line, now me personally, I wax my bikini line, but if you shave your bikini line, if you have small boobs, if you got little bitty titties like me, and you want some bigger titties, yeah, like, you can actually rub the witch dick. This is witch dick for women. You can actually rub this on your bikini line, on your breast, on your butt. It lifts your breast, it lifts your butt. It actually gets rid of razor bumps too. This is my favorite product. I love this shit to death. Like, my bikini line is like so smooth, like a baby's bottom, and it only took 12 hours. Because, like, I do wax my bikini line, but for some reason I still get bumps. I don't know what that's about. All right, but this right here, this is witch dick for women, and this is that make your shit smooth, baby. Yeah, like, yeah, your man, if you're a woman, your man gonna like this because it makes you really smooth down there. Actually, it actually smells really good too, so that's good too. It's a plus, right?
And yeah, that witch dick now, like, now the thing is, for women, the main thing this actually is supposed to be addressing is, you know, just like, you know, basically, like she said, like, you know, just those areas, like reproductive health. I mean, you know, like, there's certain things that are stored in the buttocks, there's certain things that are stored in the breast that's necessary for, you know, children. I mean, for the woman herself. during that process. So even though that's what the product is designed for, is to make sure those areas are healthy, and of course, to make those areas healthy, a lot of times, they have to be plump and firm and toned up. That's what it does. But it, just so happens that by adding those particular herbal ingredients, those particular fatty ingredients, there's a lot of different things that are in there to the body. It really does help. And I mean, we're talking about directly rubbing these on the area to get that response. And the reason why it's called witch dick in the first place, family, is that because witch dick was originally designed for men. This is for the women, of course, and this does help women enlarge those areas that are important to them. But witch dick was actually designed for men, not to necessarily enlarge their penis, but to basically get the ultimate performance out of it. And you'd be surprised how many brothers who are struggling, and just people, period, males, period, who are struggling because their testosterone levels, there's all kinds of little things that are not being addressed. And when those things are addressed, like they're good. I have men who take witch dick and put it on their beard, and now they're actually growing hair on their beard. They got bald spots. They're able to actually help redevelop that, regrow those areas. So there's certain things that women need in order to grow ass and titties, in the sense, like, properly. There's certain things that a man needs to make sure he has that profound body and those basically hairy features that we want. Like just these, high testosterone, the things that shows that you actually have a high testosterone level. Witch dick technically is something that a male will rub on his testicular area, rub on the balls area, because of how absorbent it is, and it works wonders. They don't have to take this orally or anything like that, just like a woman doesn't take it orally. It's actually rubbed into the body, and it works wonders for us. Just by rubbing it into the face and rubbing it into the throat area and areas for men. And then for women, of course, the butts, the and the actual breasts and the bikini line.
Now it makes you smell like candy. It makes you smell clean. Okay, so also you get 3 of the scented rocks.
Yes.
These are, you can put these like in your office, or you can put these on your desk at home. You can give these. These are great gifts, and I know they have healing properties, or they have healing benefits. Chevy, can you explain what the healing salts do, the scented rocks do?
Absolutely. Now with the salts, the big thing that you're dealing with when you're talking about scented salts is that we all know that salts are an alkaline product, and they have negative ions in it. A lot of people who study salts, who are into the Himalayan salt lamps and all of that stuff, are getting these things because of the negative ions that come off of them. And it is true that negative ions help with the trapping and regulating of just that, like, not of negative energy. And when we're dealing with negative spirits, understand that negative spirits connect to viruses and bacteria that are in the environment. That's what they host themselves to, so that they can wreak havoc. So by regulating those viruses and bacteria that's in your air, the airborne ones, you can keep a lot of those negative spirit hosts from even being able to be in the vicinity. And if they are in the vicinity, you're dealing with a actual product that will trap them. I mean, that's what negative ion crystals like that are actually doing. They will trap things in a prism-like fashion, in a hex-like fashion that wanders too close, and it actually has the energy that's very attractive to them, which is the opposite energy. So that's what the salts are for. By adding that particular type of oil, the reason why they're scented is because when you add these particular type of scents to those crystals, it causes a basically volatile effect. That acidic oil mixed with those alkaline rocks makes for a huge release of those negative ions that are on the crystals. If you look at the studies, a lot of people actually are getting salt lamps, and they're noticing that they're not really giving off anything. It's more of a pseudo effect that a lot of people are getting from those salt lamps. But when you're dealing with the actual salt crystals, and if you know how them, you can actually get a huge amount of those negative ions not released. So it's just one of those things that really works well for clients, cleans the air, just resets things, just like kind of like the C4, but on a more spiritual level.
Okay, and what you guys are saying, I know you guys are like, ew, what is that black stuff? What's that candle wax? This is actually how Chevy seals. He uses a black candle that's spells. So this is like the royal seal. This is how he seals. This is how he seals the
like that's why we use that color. It's because it's very absorbent.
So move it to these are made by Chevy, which as well is you shake them up, you shake the leaves up, you're gonna shake them like this, and then every day you pull one and you burn it. It's for protection, it's for a multitude of things. If you're doing spell work, you can burn one. If you're in a bad mood, if you're having love issues, whatever you need, you want to burn one. But I recommend one per day because the spell is very rich. It's a very rich spell, it's very powerful, but you can do 2 or more, whatever suits your tickles your fancy, okay?
Absolutely. And then just so you guys know with the Sankofa leaf, why 33? Because at 3 in the morning, 333, that is when the veil is at its thinnest. So for people who are dealing with really crazy, serious issues, like you got an emergency, you will be surprised what you can pull off when you are, in that spell mode at that time period. That's when the veil is thinnest. That's why you want to be very careful with that time period too, and make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure you're properly advised on how to deal with the energy at that time. But that's the main reason why, like, if you're really dealing with a serious emergency, getting Sankofa leaves and using them around that time period, you can use it any time situation. There's a lot of things we can do.
I would burn them like if I was going to court. Like if you were going to court, I would burn one before court. I would burn one before a business meeting. I would burn one before an interview. Things like that. A situation where you feel like you can't really change on your own, I would burn a Sankofa leaf. I'm telling you, this shit is powerful.
Absolutely. And then think about this, guys. Sankofa is a concept that pulls on birth itself. We're just talking about the Sankofa symbol is just a symbol that represents like a bird looking back on the egg. And the reason why it's looking back on the egg is because it's looking back on its birth. It's looking back at it. It's reflecting on what it went through to become a god. Because the idea is that to become a god, you first have to destroy a world first. So that bird destroys that world that it's a part of. It destroys that egg. And when it does that, it becomes a god, it becomes a bird. And then it looks back and it looks at the energetic situation that just took place in order to remember who it is and what it's capable of. So you did the fucking impossible getting here in the first place with birth. So Sankofa is not just some playful concept. This is literally the most powerful thing as human beings, as human witches that we could pull on, ancestral spiritual connections, and to do things at the most effective level. So that's the reason why.
And I want to mention one thing. All these products, you guys, are available to be purchased individually. This is just what comes in the Royal Flesh Kit, but you can purchase all these products individually if you want to by contacting Chevy Witch or myself. Okay, so this is also you also get this in your Royal Flesh Kit. This is bath salts. Oh my God, like I wish I could show you guys this, but Chevy already wrapped them. He actually wrapped these in hemp string. All right. So they're already wrapped. Looks like little spider webs. You can see how beautiful the salts are. These are bath salts for women. Menstrual duration. Like if you have odors, it helps. I mean, like, oh my God, Chevy. Yeah. You explain this to them.
And I tell you, the main reason why we started making this is it does address, like, on the most part, women reproductive system, menstrual situations, menopause. Anything going on with yourself reproductively, because it has a strong level of red clover in there with it, along with the salts. The thing about red clover, guys, is if you drink red clover tea, if you use it in your baths, because your skin is extremely absorbent, it's very smart to use something like this if you can, is that you're going to actually absorb those properties that really relieves a lot of issues that women are having reproductively in any way. I mean, because it balances the estrogen to testosterone. Okay.
Can you guys hear us still? Are we live?
What's going on with this signal today?
All right, we're just gonna finish. We're almost done with the video, so we're just gonna finish it. Hopefully, you guys can still hear us. All right, it's still going, so I'm assuming that it's still recording. Chevy was explaining the back. Yeah, okay, they're still here. How do we put? Okay, so there's
people who were seriously jinxed with some heavy work. That's the mixture for you. That's where even for a male it comes into play. It must be the best time.
Guys, YouTube is acting stupid. All right, so this is the Royal Flesh Kit. You can order all these products individually by contacting Chevy Witch or myself. All right, so just wanted to show you guys that.